Galatasaray are facing Liverpool in the final 16 of the Champions League, and what the achievement that is for a Turkish club to come so far, especially in this new Champions League format, which is very, very difficult. But as Okan Hoxha and Davinson Sanchez said in the press conference, we are here to compete and take game by game. One huge disadvantage I think Galatasaray has is that they only got 3 days to rest while Liverpool got 4 days. Galatasaray played a very difficult derby against Besiktas with 10 men for almost 40 minutes, while Liverpool rested some players in their FA Cup game. But you can't use that as an excuse. You can't do nothing about it, and you need to really show up. And Juventus had the same issue when they faced us. So let's talk about Liverpool. Alisson is not in the squad, which was surprisingly. So Mamardashvili will play there. Their right back is very, very difficult to predict because so many players has played there. Frimpong as a setup here, Joe Gomez, Suboslai, who played against us in the league phase, even Endo played there. I don't think Suboslai will play there because he struggled a lot against Barış Alper when we faced them and he made a penalty. Maybe he's going to think about the Frimpong's pace against Barış Alper or maybe Joe Gomez physicality. It's very, very difficult to predict. Anyway, Konate and Van Dijk are, they are playing almost every games. Kerkez on the left back. Robertson had a very good game in the FA Cup and got 1 goal and 1 assist. So some are saying that maybe he is going to start. I don't know. It's probably a bit 50-50 maybe because Robertson got that experience as well. So we just have to wait and see. Central midfielders are Gravenberg and McAllister. I think Mohamed Salah, of course, will play right winger. He has scored 2 goals in 2 games right now and are coming in good form. He didn't start against us. And Liverpool was in a very bad form, as we remember. Soboslai as that attacking midfielder or that right center midfielder in the 4-3-3. They are switching many times. Gakpo as that left winger and Ekitike as striker. That's the 11 I predict. But maybe Wirtz is going to start. Maybe Curtis Jones is going to start and Soboslai is going as right back. Maybe Wirtz is going on the left side. I don't know, but I think Gakpo will start. I don't think Arne Slot will use Soboslai as that right back either. So we just have to wait and see. The biggest surprise was, of course, Alisson, who was not in the squad. He got an injury on the training. So the thing is with a team like Liverpool is that when you have world-class players in every position and almost every of these players are world-class, they can create huge chances or scoring goals from almost nothing. They will take advantage of the small mistakes from any teams in the world. You can even compare Juventus, who are not as good as Liverpool. They punished Galatasaray away when they got room and time to do it. But when they didn't have it, like they in the home game, you saw that they didn't look that good. That's the thing with Liverpool. If you are giving them space and time, everybody here can score. Gakpo, for example, when he scored against West Ham, he could turn around in the 16 there, shooting and scoring. It's just so easy for them when they got time. Let's look at an example here, for example. Salah got the ball, playing it to Soboslai here. Look, suddenly it's 3 Liverpool players who are so open here because they know when to take advantage of a mistake like West Ham are doing here. Soboslai plays a perfect pass to Ekitike, who's missing here, it is 100% chance. Another thing with Ekitike, he's their striker, but as you see here, he can drop down and get the ball from the center backs. He goes wide sometimes. He goes to the left side, to the right side. Then suddenly he's going behind the defense. He's just everywhere on the pitch. He's very, very dangerous. Very technical, I think. Very strong and fast, and has that body type, which is very difficult to, defend against. But also another thing with Liverpool is their set pieces and corners. Van Dijk is very, very difficult man to mark. Konate can score from corners. Ekiteke is a big guy. Gravenberg is a big guy. So it's very, very dangerous. And on free kicks, of course, Suboslai. Again, players who can score from almost nothing. From 30 meters, he can just, you know, shoot and score. It's so dangerous team, this Liverpool. But Liverpool, of course, has some weaknesses as well. For example, here, when they're trying to play out sometimes under Arne Slot, they're trying to be more of a possession team. I don't think they got the absolute best possession players. That's my opinion. Like Konate, like Gravenberg, they are extremely good players. Extremely good players. They're world class players. But maybe that's not their type of playing style, I think. Gravenberg can get the ball here and turn around the midfielder, of course. But as we remember in the league phase, when we faced Liverpool, how many times Osimhen, Torreira won the ball in very dangerous situations. As you see here against West Ham, Konate is playing a ball to Gravenberg, who tries to pass back to Van Dijk, and then the West Ham player is catching up and winning the ball in a very, very dangerous situation. You can punish them there, but you can also punish Liverpool when you are countering, because their wingers and Ekiteke, Gakpo, Ekiteke, and Salah, they are not tracking 100% back all the times, especially when the opponents are countering, because they want to be available when Liverpool are winning the ball. Therefore, Liverpool are also extremely dangerous on counters. But if you manage to counter, especially wide, you can create 2 versus 1 against their fullbacks. Sometimes McAllister needs to go wide and support Kerkes or Gravenberg, or their attacking midfielder Soboslai need to go on the right side and support their right back. Then it can open space in the midfield, for example. So Galatasaray can take huge advantage of that, but it is not an easy team, this Liverpool. They ended up on third place in the Champions League phase, which is very, very impressive. They beat teams like Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Inter. So they are a very, very good team, this Liverpool. They lost against us and they lost surprisingly against PSV, but I think that is summarizing a bit of Liverpool's season this year. They are very up and down in performances. Arne Slot is trying a lot of things. The right backs, we talked about so many right backs. They try to play like this 4-2 narrow 4-2-2-2 with 2 attacking midfielders, 2 defensive midfielders, and 2 strikers. Did very well against Marseille before they lost against Bournemouth in the same formation. So they're trying a lot, but their potential is, of course, extremely high. Talking about potential, they got a very huge talent in Rio. I can't pronounce his last name, but he's 17 years old. Every time I see Liverpool, he's just so fun to watch. He got this youth style in him, going in this 1 versus 1s, and it's a very dangerous player. Arne Slot said that when you're leading, maybe not the best player to start with. I saw an interview with him, with Owen Hargreaves. But when you need goals, he is a very, very good player to have. He became the man of the match, if I'm not totally wrong, in the FA Cup game against Wolves. 17 years old, and yeah, he's just one player to watch. Extremely talented, very technical. So if Liverpool wants a goal or wants the counters, maybe he is the player to put in. But let's talk a bit about Galatasaray. Galatasaray's 11 is also very difficult to predict because Salah, I think, was surprisingly starting against Besiktas, not because he has played bad, but because Sasha Boy's form started to slowly but surely going upwards. But Okan did one very correct thing against Besiktas, and that was the play with Salah because Olaitan wants the ball in his feet. And when you have a player like Salah who is going tight in the marking there and he's winning the ball so often, he's very good there. But the thing is, if, for example, Liverpool wants to start with the Vidic as that left winger who is going inside, I think Salah is the perfect player to play against him. Don't want to jinx it, but he won't let Wirtz breathe. The thing is, if Gakpo is playing left winger, he always wants to turn and come to these 1 versus 1 situations. We need to remember that Salah is originally a winger. He is not the best defensively 1 versus 1. Yes, he's not bad, of course, but it's not his strength. I think Sasha Boy is better there. And Gakpo is very dangerous when you're giving him time and space, as we talked about earlier, and he can dribble and take the ball up with him. He's a very good player. But anyway, Jakobs on the other side, Salah, is a very good player. He's not the fastest anymore, but his choices with the ball, getting the ball in his feet, keeping the ball, especially in the opponent's box or in the box in the 16. Salah is very, very good, and he can play these true passes. But yeah, I trust Jakobs there. Another thing is, of course, Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané had a horrendous game against Besiktas. He got 1 assist. He had a very good pass to Barış Alper, but in overall, he had a very weak game. The thing is, Leroy Sané is always playing on very, very risky details all the time. The thing is, if you are giving away counters to Liverpool, you will get punished. Then if Salah is an option there to get the ball from the counter, or Gakpo or Ekitike, it is extremely dangerous. So we need to be very careful on that. He didn't play against Liverpool in the league phase, so we need to see if this is the right game for Sané. Maybe he's going to have the best game. On his day he can take Kerkez easily, but if Liverpool are setting a plan there, if Leroy Sané is playing to win the balls there and putting on the counters time after time after time, Galatasaray will struggle a lot. If Gabriel Sara is going to play as well at that number 10 when Liverpool wants to play ball, and if Galatasaray wants to stay high, then I'm not sure if Gabriel Sara is the correct man in that man-man pressing, but you need to win that midfielder as well. Sara's form after the very good game against Juventus at home has been very poorly, I think. He played poor against Besiktas, but it is something to have that player who is, collecting the midfielder. Yes, he didn't have his best game against Besiktas, but he is there on the second balls. He is running, he is covering, and so on. So he's very important. So we just have to wait and see. I can't wait for this game. It will be difficult, but it won't be impossible. I trust this team, and yes, I hope to see you soon. Subscribe and comment down below what do you think the score will be, or whatever you want to comment, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.